Welcome to the Start Select podcast, a show to talk about games. And guess what? Our wish came true. This week was a pretty light news week, don't you think?
Yes. Yeah, pretty much. We were kind of joking when we said that, but we have nothing. We have like a list of news, like has three things on it.
No, there's like five things on here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, five things. But like,
Do you think we have a light news week because we just weren't paying attention, or
uh, well, I think it's because there was so much stuff the past 2 weeks. Probably.
I get the feeling that there was actual stuff that happened this week and we just weren't paying attention.
I don't think
We were
so.
like selectively tuning it out because man, we got to focus on, the big thing this episode, which is 3DS turned 10
Yeah.
last week, and the Switch
Yes.
turns 4 this week.
Well, no, it turned
It turned 4
4 days
this week.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah. At the time of recording this, I don't know when you're going to upload it.
it'll probably
So, yeah.
go up today.
Yeah.
All right,
So should
first
we-
up, yeah.
Yeah. Into the news.
You want to introduce this? I know you like this game.
Yeah, so Ghost of Tsushima devs have been made permanent ambassadors of Tsushima Island. This is kind of cool. It's kind of weird because they're game devs, but I don't know. It's interesting because I guess this has been like the most press the island has gotten like ever
Yeah.
for being
So,
in the game.
like, from VGC, they're saying the game director Nate Fox and the creative director Jason Connell, they're going to become tourism ambassadors of the city of Tsushima in Nagasaki for spreading the name and history of the island of Tsushima, the whole world. I think they even mentioned when they were saying it, it's like, nobody knows about Tsushima, but now people know about Tsushima.
Yeah, you didn't even know it was a real island. I remember when I told you about the game, you thought it was
Yeah,
a
I thought it's
made-up
like, wow,
island.
is this like a made-up place they made just for the game? That's so cool. No. This is like, did any Assassin's Creed devs get made ambassadors to the places they made?
Probably not. But also
Wow,
because they always pick
that's what you
places,
get for working for Ubisoft.
but they pick places that everyone knows already, like France, London, Jerusalem was one of them, I think. I'm not sure about that.
Pirate Land?
Yeah.
Where's
Caribbeans. Everyone knows
Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbeans.
They still did some interesting stuff. Like I think
Caribbean.
their thing, like their Egypt thing, got made into an educational tool.
Yeah, like Egypt, everyone already knows Egypt.
If you work at Ubisoft, should have made a Japanese game. I think there's a rumor they're making a Japanese game.
Yeah, that sounds right. People
Yeah,
have been saying
and
that like every Assassin's Creed game. There's always a rumor that it's feudal Japan. So I don't buy
yeah,
it.
but it's really going to be feudal Japan this time.
Oh, this time it's real.
Yeah, this time it's real. A guy said so on Twitter.
Oh, a guy
Yeah.
on Twitter. I didn't realize that.
So the city is also collaborating with Sony Interactive Entertainment, that's the PlayStation game thingy,
Yeah.
On a tourism campaign that aims to encourage fans to learn more about the island and its key landmarks. So I don't think the tourism campaign is going to actually encourage people to come to Tsushima. It's just going to be like, learn about the history.
Yeah, I
I mean,
Yeah,
that would have
pretty
been
much.
cool. Like,
Yeah.
I could imagine you go like to the airport and it has Ghost of Tsushima sort of theming.
You mean just a Japan theme?
No, like the two triangle thing. I haven't played the game yet. I've been
Oh.
meaning to, but like,
Right.
yeah,
That
I don't
that's
know.
his the clan Sakurai logo. Sakurai being his family
Yeah.
name. I've played the game, by the way, and
Yeah,
he is not. Anyone that's listening, that's the context.
I'm very sad I haven't played the game. You like hyped it up so much when you played it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Like, wow,
Yeah.
these side quests are like movies.
Yeah,
Like the way you're making it sound, it has a lot to live up to.
it's really good. Definitely one of the best games of last year, which I mean should be obvious because it won all those awards, but still, great game.
Didn't win as many awards as The Last of Us 2.
Yes. most awards of any game ever. Last of Us 2.
Good for Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
Not good for Last of Us 2. The Nintendo Switch Pro, which is
Good segue.
going to make better looking games than The Last
yes.
of Us Part 2. I think Mario is going to have ray tracing on the polygon.
Ooh.
No. But from Bloomberg, they're planning an upgraded Switch model for release before the holidays. It's going to include a 7-inch 720p OLED display from Samsung, and everything up until here, okay, it's pretty believable. But then it says the device is said to be capable of 4K UHD graphics when connected to a TV. What do you think?
I believe they're working on a Pro model, but I don't believe any of these specifics. I don't think the screen will be LED, and I don't think it'll have 4K, even when connected to a TV.
I think it's not going to be 4K, but I do think the OLED could be something.
It's just
because
Nintendo...
I heard Samsung has like a surplus of them, and Nintendo might want to use those. They
always cheap out on their screens, though, right? Nintendo. They always like just super cheap screens.
Yeah, but since Samsung has like so many OLED screens just left over, they could be cheaper.
Well, maybe, but I don't see Nintendo all of a sudden caring about their screens at all.
Yeah.
4K, I think that's not whether Nintendo wants to have 4K. I think that's just a limit of current technology. I don't think the Switch could be 4K.
4K is not happening. Okay.
Yeah.
The Switch is barely pushing 1080p on those games in dock mode.
Yeah.
Some people were mad about the 720p screen. I think Jeff Grubb pointed out that a 720p screen held at like 16 inches away, that's a Retina display. Like a 1080p screen, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. Like physically, you can't tell the difference.
Why are people getting so mad about something that's a rumor for a thing that might not even happen? That's ridiculous.
I don't know, because they don't feel like rumors anymore. This is just an inevitability. Like so many people are just, yeah, it's happening.
Get mad about it when it actually happens. Also, 7 inches. How big is the current Switch? Do you know?
I think the current Switch's screen is something like somewhere between 5 and 6 inches. And the Switch body itself, it's a little over 7 inches. So the bezel will be a lot smaller. If they're trying to keep the same form factor, they're going to have like a smaller bezel, which is way better. Do you think they'll keep the same form factor?
I don't know what that means, honestly. I was hoping
like the same size, and you'll be able to use the same Joy-Cons.
Oh, I don't think so. Because like after what they did with like the Switch Mini, I don't think Joy-Con consistency is really a thing. Because that one, like, well, you could actually use Switch Joy-Cons. They're just gonna get attached. So actually, I don't know. If you can use the original Joy-Cons, it'll be like a coincidence. I don't think that's a priority for them.
Yeah, I think that they're going to stick with the regular Joy-Cons. Like, it's going to be compatible, but I think it'll ship with like Joy-Con Plus or something that has, maybe better HD rumble.
Drift 2.0, of course.
Yeah, Drift 2.0. It's still going to drift. I guarantee they're not going to fix
100%. It. If the Switch Mini still drifted, then these are going to drift. So, will you get it, the Switch Pro, or no?
No. I mean, I just got a new console. I'm fine for now.
I don't even use my Switch anymore, so not a priority for me either.
Yeah, Switch is far from a priority now. I'm sorry, Nintendo, but you should have made Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
And they didn't. They made a better game.
Yeah. No, they didn't.
I'll still hold that Breath of the Wild is way better.
I think Horizon is better than Breath of the Wild, but they are kind of similar, and I think you could probably go either way.
I think you're objectively wrong.
I think you're objectively wrong.
Objectively,
I don't like Breath of the
very
Wild.
subjectively.
I don't think we've ever talked about this so far, but I do not like Breath of the Wild.
You're
we
being
haven't talked.
sarcastic, right?
No, we haven't talked about it on the podcast, but we
Oh,
have
yeah.
talked about it personally like a lot. But so far, podcast not so much. I don't like Breath of the Wild.
Okay, someday we're gonna have a real sit down and talk,
Yeah.
so I can tell you why you're
About
wrong.
why you're wrong.
Yeah, we'll have a real structured argument. There will be no yelling.
Mhm. It'll be great.
Speaking of very structured arguments and no yelling, the children's game maker, Mediatonic, they got bought out by not by Fall Guys. Mediatonic makes Fall Guys. They got bought out by Epic Games.
Yes. So
yeah.
why would they do this? I have no idea.
They said, well, first of all, they want the money, probably.
Of course.
Fall Guys is probably making a lot of money.
But it's dead, though. Fall Guys is dead. We talked about this in the first episode, I think.
Yeah. I think it's certainly not as crazy as it was before Among Us, but, it's still probably making decent money.
Probably. But, like, I don't think
do you think this is going to lead to a free-to-play deal? Sort of
I
like
hope
with Rocket
so.
League? Yeah.
Fall Guys is totally feels like a free-to-play game. I have no idea why it costs actual money.
Yeah, Fall Guys always struck me as like, this should be in the realm of Fortnite.
Yeah.
Where it's free-to-play. And I think, with Rocket League as well, that went free-to-play recently. So I hope that this happens.
Yeah.
Like, Epic Games is making good use of the Fortnite money. That's like the one reason I'm fine with Fortnite anymore.
Ooh.
Like, I used to like it,
Controversial.
but now
opinion.
I'm just, yeah. But they're using the money so well. Like the meta-human creator, I don't think we talked about that, but
I have no idea what that is. What's going on? I'm gonna search this up.
They made like a human creator that could make humans in the game engine.
Like I see. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Realistic humans. It's like a very sophisticated meme maker.
But Epic Games has been doing this like engine stuff long before they made Fortnite. It was what they started out doing, I think, making like engines and creation
Unreal
tools.
Engine.
Yeah.
This is something that I just put here because I thought it was sort of weird. Yes. I actually didn't really read much into this. I don't know what it means. I just saw the picture and I thought it was fun. Yeah. PlayStation patent aims to turn a banana into a controller.
Yep.
This is a podcast, so you can't see the image, but you can just imagine what it looks like.
It's a banana, and then on the side of the banana with the tip is like the triangle button, and then the side that's like the end, there's the X button. You're listening to this on a device, so just like open or like go to Google or Safari and like search it up, the image.
Don't search it up. It's not worth your time.
No, it totally is. If this podcast is worth your time, then the image is also definitely worth your time.
Thank you. That makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Jeff Keighley said that, he said it very eloquently. Yeah, I'd like to meet the guy that draws the PlayStation patents. Like, do you remember that one from a while ago where they had like a little robot guy that'd sit next to you?
I don't remember that.
They had like another patent with the robot guy, like they had a thing. He would just sit next to you. It was so weird. Like it was like a cloud guy. He had eyes, like actual eyes. I'm gonna put it on the document. Hang on. There. And he'd sit in front of the TV and he'd react to what happened on screen. It was insane.
What? It looks like a little cloud for everyone listening. A little cloud with eyes and arms and feet. It's very strange. So it would
kind of hope that this becomes like an Astrobot thing. I don't know. Like an Astrobot game where you have the Astrobot next to you and it's like reacting.
And then you play Astrobot with the banana. And
Whoa.
They're the same patent.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
Yeah. This is weird. I don't know why they would make this.
really the only reason I brought this up is because I would very much like an Astrobot, like a figure or a plush.
Yeah.
Astro is amazing.
Yeah.
Sakurai presented
Yes.
the Mii Fighters and Pyra and Mythra in a
Yeah.
Mr. Sakurai Presents or something, right?
Yes.
It was a very
Sakurai
good
did.
presentation.
I didn't watch it.
He was like, which one would you pick? You know,
Yeah.
he said it. I can't exactly get the tone across on camera.
It's like,
or not
which one
on
would
mic,
you
but,
pick?
like,
As a fighter, of course.
yeah.
We get it. As a fighter, of course. Sakurai.
Ooh, yeah. We know how you really feel, Sakurai. Come on.
Very strange.
How does he get away with this?
I don't know.
Sakurai is amazing, though.
Yeah.
Like, wow. We don't deserve Sakurai.
Yeah. And it
Um,
was the same day launch, Pyra and Mythra, right? They came out that day.
yeah.
Yeah. I didn't play as them because I don't feel like it. But I don't know. Pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Another Smash Fighter out. And then the Mii Fighters, which is the thing I was actually interested in. So there is Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins, and they're
I can
making
hear your keyboard.
my keyboard. I'm not tapping on my keyboard.
You were. It's like, so.
I was clicking my mouse, but
What?
yeah.
Are you using like a trackpad mouse or?
I was, but like for a second, so I don't think that's what you heard. Alright, let's just
Okay,
move
just
on.
continue. Just
Yeah.
continue. I don't know how it's so loud, but
Yeah. Do you still hear it?
no.
Alright, because I'm not touching anything.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. Sorry for the audience who had to hear clicking, I guess. Alright. So Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins, which they are remaking, so that makes sense that they would put that there. And then a couple Monster Hunter skins for Monster Hunter Rise, so that also makes sense. Nothing really crazy here, like Sans or Cuphead.
Who makes these names? Rathalos, Hunter, Feline? Is that
Yeah.
the cat from Monster Hunter?
I think so. It's
You
Feline,
can
but
play
with a
as.
Y.
Oh my god. I only played like Monster Hunter Worlds for like a second, but the cats are amazing. They're incredible.
I played a demo for one of them, and I was like, I don't like this. My Monster Hunter. So yeah.
Ghost and Goblins thing, it got remade. I don't like the way it looked. It looks so weird. And the animations, they look super bad and cheap. It looks like a children's animation.
Well, like a children's game. So.
I'm pretty sure Ghosts and Goblins is not a children's game. It's like brutally hard, I heard.
Well, it's an NES remake, so.
Yeah, any NES game is going to be brutally hard.
That's just all we have to say about the Smash Showcase. Or,
That's basically that's all the news we have from this week. It was such a slow news week. There's like nothing.
yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't be considering us a source for news anyway.
Yeah,
like this is basically anything that we find sort of interesting.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe there'll be more news next week. Probably not, though.
I hope not. We can just do some other like stupid big discussion.
Yeah, we could do the Breath of the Wild thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But anyways, like the big discussion for this week.
Yeah, today.
Well, it was actually the big discussion for last week. But
right.
The 3DS.
We delayed it.
Yeah, the 3DS turned 10.
Yes.
This is incredible.
Yeah, 10 years.
How do you feel? How does that make you feel?
I don't know. I didn't get it when it originally came out, so this really means nothing to me. But
it means a lot to me. I got it when it came out. I feel I'm obligated to talk about this whenever we talk about the 3DS. I bought the 3DS at launch, but you'll know what that means later. Okay. So Yeah, some general, information. It released on February 2011 for $250.
Yes.
That's more than the Switch Lite.
How? Oh yeah, it's 200.
Yeah,
That is
it's more than the
wow.
Switch Lite. It's a
I
lot.
Yeah, that is a
It
lot.
was backwards compatible with the DS,
Yep.
and it flopped hard due to a lack of game. Like, uh, I bought it somewhere around launch, and the games I'm pretty sure I got some like around that window were like Mario Kart DS,
Mhm.
Black or no, Pokemon White 2.
Ooh,
So that's two DS games that I bought
yeah,
for 3DS. And
yeah.
then the third one was Super Monkey Ball 3D,
Ooh.
which is just an incredible game.
Was it bad?
Yes, it was terrible.
I've
I
only
went back to
played.
play it, and it's so easy. Actually, I think when I was younger, I thought it was really hard. I was terrible at it. But now, just going back, it's so easy.
I've only played the Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2 on GameCube, and I didn't even beat them. I got like a couple levels in for each of them. So
The original Monkey Ball games are awesome.
yeah.
I played it on a not GameCube. It is.
Ooh. But it was still legal, right? The
I
way
played
you
it.
played it? Of course.
Of course, it was very legal.
Yeah.
And anyway, you want to know how I got a price cut to $170? That's incredible. Wow, what a
Yeah.
great value.
Price cut of $80, that is, which is a lot of money. Not really.
Yeah, but you know
But
what? Those $80 extra that I spent totally made up for by this little thing. Have you heard of it? It's called the Ambassador Program.
oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Really? I've never heard of it before. Can you please tell
Oh
me about the ambassador
yeah.
program?
I'll gladly tell you about this amazing Ambassador Program thing.
Yeah.
Basically, as an apology from Nintendo to those that bought the 3DS at $250, you got 20 Virtual Console games for
Ooh.
free.
What system were the virtual console
Oh, you
games
got
from?
10 NES games and 10 Game Boy Advance games.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, yeah.
It's
And the
crazy.
NES games could be bought separately later if you didn't get it. But the GBA games were never re-released on 3DS. And guess who has the Ambassador program on their 3DS?
I would not
Me.
know. I know nobody with the ambassador program.
It's me.
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
really?
I know.
Yeah.
Like my net worth just shot up. Okay, Elon Musk is shaking. He's
Yeah.
shaking. Just like all the screenwriters when they watched WandaVision.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a reference to a thing outside of video games. You can't do that.
I fully intend to discuss WandaVision at some point on this.
Oh, really? Are we doing stuff outside of video games? Is that
I don't know if you
awesome?
want to.
Alright, we can do that. I don't know. Maybe that could be next week's thing.
Yeah, if there's like a slow news week, we'll just talk about something non-gaming.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the ambassador thing.
Yeah.
So
You also got like an ambassador app. It'd just say ambassador thing whenever you opened it, and that's all it did.
in case you could not tell by our joke, basically every time we talk about the 3DS, he brings up the fact that he has the ambassador 3DS.
I think it's a pretty, in my mind, it's a very rare thing. In reality, there's probably millions of them out there.
I don't care at all about
Yeah, you don't
the
care.
ambassador
To me,
stuff.
it's my entire personality.
Whenever you bring it up, you expect me to be like jealous or something, and I don't.
Yeah,
even
you
care.
should be.
I,
Okay, you should be jealous of how superior I am.
for having
Because
a,
I have these Game Boy Advance games on my 3DS. Okay, I'm just a better human being.
sure.
It's true.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Like,
I
you know who didn't have Game Boy Advance games on his 3DS?
who?
Hitler.
Oh my gosh.
That's right.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of Hitler? Good.
The opposite of
So
Hitler
I am
would
a
be
good,
you.
I'm a
Yeah.
gooder person than you.
You're
that?
a gooder person than Hitler.
Yeah.
Great point. Very high
That's
bar.
all I have to say about the ambassador program. I will take an audible gasp as a sign of appreciation. What is it like? any form of
Respect.
acknowledgement, any form of respect. Yeah, you must respect me now
Yeah.
because I bought a stupid handheld for $250.
This is kind of sad, honestly. I feel bad for you.
You
So,
shouldn't, because I have the Game Boy Advance games.
so personally, I know you got it at launch, but I didn't get it until a few years after. I believe 2014. So I've had mine for 7 years.
That's a long time after launch. A lot of games came out in the first 3 years.
Yeah, so I got to play all them within the span of like a couple months.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You know what? Good for you.
Yep. I don't know why I got it so late. Probably because Pokemon wasn't on the 3DS.
Pokemon took a while to get on there.
Yeah.
Game Freak was just like, you know, we're just gonna make Pokemon for the DS.
Yeah.
Here's Pokemon Rumble Blast.
Yeah. So
I liked it. I liked Rumble Blast.
I have not played it, or I've played the demo maybe, or it was free. I don't know. I played something on the 3DS that was like Pokemon that were like mini dems and you ran around. So
yeah. Well, for the rest of this, you know, celebration, we're just gonna go through like some of, you know, the games. We have a lot of games that we could go through.
Yeah.
There were a lot of games on this thing. Okay, so we're just gonna go through them and talk about them.
Yeah.
So you want to introduce them?
I'll start the first one, even though I haven't played this one. Super Mario 3D Land.
Perfect thing.
Yeah. So this game, it was like the first big exclusive, right, for the 3DS.
Yeah.
You should do this one. I have not played it. I don't know much about it. You explain it.
Okay, so Super Mario 3D Land, it was like a mix between 2D and 3D Mario. Basically, you could move around in 3D, but it had things from the 2D games, like the permanent power-ups and the flagpoles. And instead of like the sandbox, big giant levels, they were just linear obstacle courses, like a new Super Mario Bros. Game.
Yeah.
It had a lot of content though. 8 normal worlds, and then 8 special worlds. So over 100 levels.
That's more content than 3D World, right?
I'm not sure. Maybe. The 3D World is probably still a better game.
Probably.
But you know what? I went back and played this for this episode. It's still insanely fun, but it's, you know, it's a pretty generic game. It's just a Mario game. It has the grass level and the snow level and the desert one. Has the underground one and the lava one, the jungle one. It has all the ones, you know. But it's a fun game, you know. I got this game for well, actually, it wasn't my game. It wasn't meant to be, because when my brother got his 3DS, he got a 3DS XL, and it came with Super Mario 3D World. Or I think we got it with like my Nintendo points that he got, Club Nintendo.
Whatever it is.
So instead of downloading, you know, 3D Land to his console because we bought it using his Club Nintendo points, I got 3D Land.
Ooh.
And that was incredible. It just felt so amazing to take something away from him.
Of course. How could it not feel great?
It was just a very strange decision on my parents' part to just let me have it. But you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's fine. But yeah, it was a good game. You didn't play this one, so I don't know.
I played most of the other ones, so we should be able to have more of a discussion around those. I don't know why I never played this one. Like, I saw my friend play it, and I was like, oh, I should get that, and then I never did. So, that's my history.
There were just so many games on the 3DS, so I was like, wow, this game is probably, you know, this is one of the biggest games on the system.
Yeah.
I don't have it. Like, I didn't get Ocarina of Time 3D until, like, last year.
I never got any Zelda games on the 3DS. I had no interest.
I still don't have any interest. I couldn't play it. I got stuck.
That's sad.
Zelda games should just stop being bad and be more Breath of the Wild. Okay, the next one, I think you have played it, right?
Yes, this is.
So you can introduce this one.
I can do this one. So Mario Kart 7. This was one of the first games I got on my 3DS. And overall, it's actually my favorite Mario Kart. I know you disagree with that. But
I very much disagree. What do you think you're doing? How is this?
I don't know. I just think it's so good. So it's you wrote
It's
here
nostalgia?
second. I don't know. It could be, but I still think if I went back to it now, I'd still really like it more than H or Double Dash or Wii or DS.
Double Dash is objectively the best one. Okay.
I don't like Double Dash. Double Dash is the worst one.
False. You don't like it because you're bad at it.
Oh no, I'm good at it. I beat you.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Yes, I did.
No.
Yeah, I beat you. I definitely did.
No, that's impossible. I'm the
100%
best Double Dash
true.
player in the world.
You're terrible at Double Dash.
You know what?
Fact.
You know, after this, thing is over,
Yeah.
pandemic, we're gonna play Double Dash. Okay?
Yep.
I'll beat you
And
so
I'll win.
badly that you'll have to admit that it's the best Mario Kart game. Whatever. Just
So
keep
make-
going.
If I lose, that will make me admit it's the best one.
You'll lose so badly
Yeah.
that you will admit that it is the best Double
But
Dash.
wouldn't me winning make me admit it's the best one?
No, because you'll lose and you'll
Yeah.
see how powerful I am, and it'll make you, you'll bow to my will, and you'll admit out of fear, just out of sheer terror.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't agree with him, he's going to beat me in Mario Kart 7 as well.
Oh.
And
Oh,
I'll
I
be,
see.
I'll never be able to show my face again.
Yeah. We'll just never talk again if you beat me.
That's what Mario Kart does. It destroys.
That's more
all the
Mario
friendship.
Party, which we don't have on this list. That's fine.
Nobody cares about it. Okay, the Mario Party games on 3DS. Who cares?
Yeah.
I never played them.
Back to Mario Kart 7. So this one was co-developed by Retro Studios, people that make the Metroid Prime and the new Donkey Kong Country games. 4 normal cups and 4 retro cups. Total of 32 tracks. So that's like 4 retro cups. That's bringing old tracks back, right?
Yeah, and then
This is the
Retro
first game
Studios
to-
made the retro cups.
Ah.
That's probably the only reason why. Nintendo was like, haha, this studio has a funny name.
What was the
Like, I
first
could-
Mario Kart to bring back old stages or tracks?
I'm not sure. It might have been like 64. I think
Really?
it's been here for a while.
Oh.
Not sure. I'm not a Mario Kart history person.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm a Mario Kart lore master.
Yeah, the Mario Kart lore runs much deeper than I could comprehend.
So, and then this is the great part. It introduced underwater sections, hang gliding sections, and customizable carts, which feels like such a staple of the franchise now, even though it's only been in 2 games and was only introduced in this one.
It's so crazy. Underwater racing and hang gliding sections, like, it feels so natural. It's like, of course, if I went in the water, there'd be stuff. Of course, if I go over here, I can just hang glide. That's so obvious.
Yeah. This is why I like this
As
one
well
so
parts,
much.
nobody cares.
It introduced, like, all this great stuff to the series that was brought over into 8.
And that's exactly why I don't care that much for it. Because everything was brought over into 8.
Well, so you think something carrying over the things in this one makes it less original?
No, but there's just less of a reason to go back to it.
Oh, I see. I'm not really judging by, like, would I go back to it? I'm judging by, like, at the time.
Yeah, of course, at the time, Mario Kart 7 wins. Because it had amazing multiplayer,
Yes.
I played a ton of the multiplayer.
I don't think I ever played the multiplayer for this one.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
Big time. Okay. It had some really good tracks. Like, I can name so many of these tracks. I wrote them all down,
Yes, you.
so
yes,
I'm not
you have.
I'm not exactly naming them off the top of my head, but I can still remember all of these tracks, like, very
I
distinctly.
remember all of these, and they brought a lot of them over into Mario Kart 8.
It's so awesome. Like, okay, I'm just gonna list. DK Jungle, Rosalina's
Classic.
Ice World, Shaggy Bazaar, Maka Woohoo,
Great.
Music Park, Woohoo Loop,
Awesome.
and the best Rainbow Road in the Mario Kart series.
Which one is this Rainbow Road? I'm gonna search it up.
It's the one where you go on the planets and you're driving on Saturn's rings, and then you go off the Rainbow Road and you're driving on the moon.
Rainbow
It's
Road.
amazing. Okay?
Images.
It's easily the best Rainbow Road.
Oh, I'm looking at images. I remember this one. Yeah, I agree with you. This is the best one.
Like when Mario Kart 8, you know, they showed the graphics, right? I wasn't following games when Mario Kart 8 was released. I was still pretty casual, but
Yeah.
like when I heard about the Mario Kart 8 graphics, I was like, wow, you know, the Rainbow Road is going to be crazy, and it wasn't. It was terrible.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8
It's not a
Rainbow Road definitely sucks. I do like the remake of the N64 Rainbow Road that's in Mario.
Yeah, that
Kart
one
8,
is
though.
fun. Like Nintendo just straight up acknowledged that that Rainbow Road was better than the actual Rainbow Road in the game,
Yeah.
because when they made the deluxe version, that's the one that was on the cover.
Yeah, they
It's
know.
like, yeah, the new one sucks.
Yeah, I might like the N64 one better than this one. I don't know. I think they're on the same level for me.
And this one wins out any day of the week. Okay.
Yeah.
But come on, so many other amazing tracks. DK Jungle, wow, like, it is such a great DK game. It feels like, you know, the Donkey Kong Country Returns, because Retro made it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, the Donkey Kong Country games, the Returns ones, and then the Metroid Prime ones, they all have great atmosphere, and you can tell that they really brought that to this game. Like, so many of these levels, I just remember.
I just like the Donkey Kong music in this one. It's great.
Donkey Kong music in general is really good.
Yes. Music Park. This was brought over into 8. Also really.
Oh yeah,
good.
it was awesome.
Yep.
Shaggy
Bazaar. Classic one.
Yeah, Shaggy Bazaar was always one of my favorites on multiplayer.
Everyone's favorites. I think that's all of them.
Yeah. Okay, like my final verdict on this game, though, like, you know, it doesn't get talked about as much as it should, because like it's such a solid package, right?
Yeah.
But the main reason is because everything it introduces also in Mario Kart 8, so there's not much reason to go back. Like, it's got great tracks and it's a lot of fun in multiplayer, but you know, I'm just going to talk about the best game again. Double Dash has so much to distinguish itself, and Mario Kart 7 just doesn't.
Well, I don't like Double Dash.
Yeah, I know you don't.
Yeah, we just talked about this. So yeah, I don't have much more to say.
So I win.
Yeah. Moving on to another game. This one we heavily disagree on. Pokemon X and Y. So this was the first Pokemon for the 3DS, released 2 years after the system originally came out. First 3D Pokemon game. That took place in Kalos region, which is based off of France. I don't know if you knew that. What do you think of this one?
I have very heavy nostalgia for this game. No one is allowed to say anything bad about this game. I love it.
Well, I don't like this one.
You're going to jail.
So yeah, this one, I think it's too easy. I don't think the new Pokemon they added are very good. I think they're ugly and lame. The legendaries.
This is one of those things that I will admit. It is blatant nostalgia. Like, I agree with you on everything. Basically everything. I'm like, yeah, so the new Pokemon introduced, they suck. These, you know, the game, it's incredibly easy. The Elite Four, I still think they're, you know, the rooms are cool, but the Elite Four themselves, I don't care too much about.
Yeah.
It's not a great game, but I still love it. Okay, like, it's just good, you know. The legendaries, I like them. I personally like them. Like, they're called Xerneas and Yveltal. That's how you pronounce it. The anime said so. When I didn't know any better, I always insisted that it was pronounced Xerneas and Yveltal.
I thought it was Yveltal. That's me, personally.
Yeah, I always insisted it was that way. Yveltal looks a lot like a Y, and Xerneas, it's very much a stretch to call it an X. But like, if it's standing, if it's facing you, right, the two legs on the bottom are like the bottom of the X, and then the horns are the top.
Oh, clever.
And so that's sort of an X. You're gonna have to take their word on it that it's an X.
Very stupid that they made the legendaries look like letters. Which one did you own, X or Y?
I owned X.
I owned Y.
Wow, we can trade and get the whole Pokedex.
Yeah, I haven't touched it.
Thank you, Game Freak, for such a terrible business model. Well, it's a great business model, but not a good one for consumers.
Yeah. Well, the original point behind it was to make people like interact and socialize. But in like the internet age, it's just inconvenient.
Yeah, but this one introduced some really good stuff. Like, it introduced Mega Evolution and Pokemon Ami. I'm just realizing this is like the Mon Ami. Is that something in French? It means something in French?
I don't think so. No, Ami
I'm
is
pretty
friend
sure.
in Spanish.
Yeah, so it's like Mon Ami.
And French, I think.
Mon Ami means my friend. That's what Pokemon, all these years later, I finally understand.
Yeah,
that's why it's called
French.
Pokemon Ami. Because it's...
And amigo in Spanish, yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know why I blanked on that there. That's such an easy French word, ami.
Yeah, you know French. Good for you.
Yeah, no,
if they ever make
I know basic
French. A Japanese Pokemon, I'll know.
That's literally like the first
they make
4 games.
Pokemon Tomodachi. I don't know. Tomodachi is French.
Oh, so that explains Tomodachi life, friend life.
Yes.
Oh, I thought Tomodachi was a person, and it was his game that he made. So that's
it's his life, not your life. You may think that you're in control, but really, Mr. Tomodachi is behind it all. You're nothing but a mere puppet.
Yeah. It's like when David Cage makes a game, and it's called like David Cage's, and then the name of the game. David Cage.
Why'd you say David Cage?
I don't know.
I have no idea what David Cage is. I'm thinking of Tom Clancy.
No, David Cage. Oh, well, Tom Clancy would have been a better example.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you bringing up David Cage? I have no idea who this guy is.
He made Heavy Rain. That's him.
Oh, that's the Quantic Dream guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone call it David Cage's Heavy Rain.
I think that's the official name. Maybe I just made that up.
I got the feeling you made it up.
I also feel like I made it up.
Yeah, okay. But it introduced Mega Evolution, which is a very genius idea. It's a very, like, you can temporarily make the Pokemon even more powerful, and it looks so cool.
I definitely really like Mega Evolutions. I think it was a great addition, even if I think...
And then they took it away.
The game sucks.
What's wrong with them? Like, everything that they made after Mega Evolution is just terrible. The Z moves are terrible. Gigantamax, terrible.
I kind of like Gigantamaxing. I think it's not as good as Mega Evolutions, but it's 100 times better than Z moves.
Yeah, I never understood Z moves. It's like, okay, so I have the Z Crystal.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really do much. Like, the Pokemon itself isn't really changing. It's just doing a more powerful move.
Yeah, it's kind of lame. It's basically the equivalent of like a critical hit, but there's like a special animation for it.
Which makes you just think, maybe they should have special animations for critical hits.
Yeah. Well, I don't really care.
No, that's probably too much.
Yeah, too much, I say.
But yeah, I like this game. I think the town designs are really good. Like, I can remember a lot of the towns. Like, Lumio City and...
that one, yeah.
The town with the big purple gem. I don't know the name.
This one had roller skates. I did like that.
Oh yeah, the roller skates. I like that. In Lumio City, when you like use the roller skates, it'd be like a behind the back camera, and you don't get that in Pokemon. And I always wanted that in a regular Pokemon game. Now we kind of have it with the wild area.
And also Legends
Arceus. Pokemon Legend, a more recent development.
Yes.
So I'm finally getting the Pokemon game I always wanted.
Yeah. 9 years after X and Y.
And it had some other legendaries as well, like Zygarde and Diancie, right?
Who cares?
And
Those
then
don't
Hoopa.
matter.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
Those I actually care a lot about Zygarde. Zygarde
Oh.
was awesome. Because
Zygarde's
Zygarde was like
lame. It's a giant
no,
snail.
Zygarde
Who cares?
yeah, but it's like the Pokemon, it's the playground legendary. It's the one that you hear about, by word of mouth. Because I wasn't super into, the internet when I was first playing it.
Not at all for me.
So I wasn't like looking up how to find Zygarde. Like I was just asking my friends and stuff, like, hey, where's Zygarde? Like it is a mythical Pokemon, and it felt like it because I didn't have concrete proof of its existence. It was just word of mouth with your friends. It was just like he's in the cave. You gotta find the cave.
Oh, I got that information from like a YouTuber, I think. It was like, go to catch Zygarde in the cave. I was like, okay. And it was lame. So. But you could catch Mewtwo in this one also. I just remember.
Oh yeah, Mewtwo. That was incredible.
Yeah. And they had the Mega
It was just so much.
For Mewtwo. Yeah.
And you could find the birds as well, like Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno, like randomly. I remember I was looking for Mewtwo. When I came out of the cave when I captured Mewtwo, and I was surfing with like the Pokemon. I don't know what Pokemon it was, but you surf because it's in water. I saw like Moltres. I encountered Moltres. It was crazy. I was like, oh my goodness, this is a 1 in a million thing.
I never encountered the legendary bird, unfortunately. Which starter did you pick for X and Y? I think I know, but I'm not sure.
I picked Fennekin.
Oh, that's the worst one.
I know.
Disgusting.
I don't know why I picked Fennekin. I don't know, but
Froakie's the best one.
Yeah.
Easily.
I mean, of course, the Pokemon Company made it very obvious that Froakie was the best one.
Yeah.
Like, they put him in Smash, and then they gave him his own Ash form. That was weird.
The Ash Greninja. That was weird, and it never led anywhere.
It's like a spirit animal sort of deal.
Yeah, I thought it was like a setup for like the next big thing, like the next Mega Evolution, being like you kind of combine with your Pokemon.
Nope.
It was nothing.
Come on, Game Freak would never do that. Actually, though, it
would have been a cool use.
Now I'm thinking about the alternate reality where like you can make a Mii, and then that Mii combines into your Pokemon space.
Not even like a Mii, just like the customization already in Pokemon. Yeah, I thought that was where that was going. Like whatever you customize would be given to that Pokemon.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It had some good like customization in terms of clothing. Like you could buy a lot of clothes.
Yeah. Every Pokemon game past this has had it besides the remakes of ORAS.
I still remember like the song that plays in a clothes shop. What's it called? A boutique or something? It's like
I totally remember that song.
It's such a good song.
Yeah.
They always have good songs for the clothes boutique.
They always have good songs for Pokemon just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this one for like a while. I think we should move on.
What's next?
Animal Crossing New Leaf.
I have nothing to say about this one.
Okay. Well, I have a lot to say about this one.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna read what I said. So after previous games failed to advance the series formula enough, New Leaf revitalized the franchise, introducing full town customization since you were the mayor, and you could build things in the city to truly make it your own. You could make custom designs with the QR codes. The tropical island from Animal Crossing on GameCube returns. You could play a series of mini games with your friends. You can only play this. I only played this once. Online play, let your friends visit your town. You could also visit a random town via the Dream Suite. And then furniture organization was made easier with an update using the system from Happy Home Design.
Which is another 3DS Animal Crossing game. Happy Home Design.
We're not really going to talk about that one.
Yeah, but just that, I'm right. I'm not sure about that. It is another 3DS game, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay. So how similar is this one to New Horizons? Is it worse or better or like?
I am not the person to talk about that because while I played this game to absolute death, I did not understand anything about it. Like I had no idea that you were supposed to talk to the animals, so my entire town was just a mess. There were weeds everywhere. There were no public works projects. My house, like, I was purely focused on me. You know, it was all me, me, me.
Yeah.
Like, my house was fully upgraded, and the rest of my like townspeople didn't even know I existed. I barely talked to them.
And
I didn't know that that was a point.
you didn't know about the stock system either, right?
Yeah, I didn't because I never woke up that early.
Yeah, who would? Well, I mean, I did because
Yeah, I
Pokemon
did
also
during
had
New Horizons.
Pokemon also had like time event things where you can only catch Pokemon during certain times. So I woke
Yeah,
up
that was the
early.
Mega Evolution, right?
I'm not sure. I think so.
Where it's like in X and Y, there was like a hole in the giant gym, and when the sun shone through that hole, it did make like a pattern, and there was like an hour window where you could find Mega Stones.
Maybe. I was referring to Auras where legendaries can
yeah.
only be there during certain times. Always comes back to Pokemon, even when we're talking about Animal Crossing.
Because Pokemon is just, I don't want to say bad, because Pokemon isn't that great, but
I think we just have a lot to say about Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon I have the most to say about. This one,
Yeah.
I played a lot, but I don't know much about it. I hear a lot of people that played it more. They say this one is still better than New Horizons. It still has a lot more content. Nintendo hasn't brought back a lot of the stuff from this game. What I do know for sure is that like there's so much stuff on the stupid mobile version that they aren't bringing to New Horizons. Like so much furniture and so many different things. It's the same with Mario Kart Tour. Like Mario Kart Tour has like 100 characters.
Yeah.
And they're not making a Mario Kart 9. They're just making new tracks and new characters.
And the characters in that one are so cool too.
They have Lederhosen Luigi.
Yeah. It's disappointing that they're focusing on the mobile stuff more.
That probably makes them a lot more money.
For Animal Crossing, haven't played New Leaf, played the mobile version for like an hour, and then played New Horizons for like a couple hours and decided it wasn't for me. So
I played New Horizons for like, I don't know, it might have been like 200 hours, and then I realized it wasn't for me, and I haven't played it since.
Well,
like, I really wanted to play sometime in like late November, because that's when my birthday is, right? Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to go in, I'm going to get the birthday stuff from my people, and I just didn't care. I was like, I don't care. I don't care about the birthday. So I just skipped it. And I probably haven't touched it in like a year. It's going to be at least 6 months.
Does the Mario stuff interest you? The type?
No, it's not like, it's interesting, but it's not enough to, make me actually get back into it.
What would it take to get you back into it?
Nothing. It's a lost cause.
So you're just done with it for good?
Probably. I mean, unless I literally have nothing else to play on, either PlayStation or Switch, I don't think I'm going back to it. Like, it's going to take a lot.
Well, I would never go back to it because I don't like it. So, yeah, is that all I have to say about Animal Crossing?
That is all I have to say.
Next up, another Pokemon game, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. This was 1 year after X and Y. It was a remake of the original Ruby and Sapphire, took place in the Hoenn region. Added new Mega Evolutions. What do you think of this one? Have you even played it?
I played a little bit of Omega Ruby. My brother got Alpha Sapphire, and we were both like, okay, we're going to play this so that we can both have stuff. And we're going to trade. And I ended up giving up because I didn't care, and I went back to playing X and Y, and he beat it for me.
I've played this one quite a few times. It's one of the only few where I have both versions. So I played Omega Ruby once, and I believe that one it's the one I have the most hours on of any Pokemon game, like over 100. And then
that was always such a confusing thing to me. I'm like, how do you put 100 hours into Pokemon?
I don't know. I don't know how I did it. It's crazy.
It's a very strange game.
And then I've played through Alpha Sapphire twice. Once, like around the time it came out, and then the second time was actually this week because I wanted to play it before. Or the first half of my playthrough was a couple years ago, and then I finished that playthrough this week because I wanted to do it for the podcast, so I could have experience talking about it.
Wow, yeah. Such a great commitment.
Yeah.
So much dedication.
Yep.
all I did was like go back and look through Me Plaza, and then I played some Mario Kart and Mario 3D Land.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I didn't say this when you were talking about Mario Kart 7, but people are still playing that game online.
yeah.
I didn't have an issue finding a match. I found a match, just boom. And then there were no issues. Like when you found a match, it just kept going. Like, it didn't stop to find more players.
That's weird because that happens in Mario Kart 8 where it stops to like find more players, and so there are more people.
Yeah.
That's more people playing Mario Kart 7 than 8.
You're still playing Mario Kart 7 online. Please tell us.
Yeah. If you're one of the people that's just super committed to playing Mario Kart 7 and only Mario Kart 7.
They're just too stubborn to commit. To convert.
Or maybe they just agree with me that it's the best Mario Kart by far.
No one agrees with you, Aiden.
Pretty sure a lot of people would agree 7 is the best. I don't think that's a very controversial opinion.
No, that's a very controversial opinion. You shouldn't go around saying it. You might get hung by the Mario Kart 64 patrol.
I also don't think many people think 64 is the best one.
People that do are just blinded by nostalgia. Okay.
The most common answers are probably Double Dash and then 8 Deluxe because of content and recency.
Are you calling my opinion generic?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, fine. The reason it's generic is because everybody believes it because it's so good.
Why do we keep on talking about stuff we've already talked about? Like during Animal Crossing, we started talking about Pokemon.
Yeah, okay,
during
focus.
Pokemon, we're talking about
We have to focus. We have to get through this.
Alright, so this is probably one of my favorite Pokemons, even though it's a remake and I haven't played the original versions. I don't know, I just think it's great. When I went back to it this week, it was still a lot of fun. I don't know what it is, I just really like it. Do you have... Oh, you could also get all the legendaries in this one. Well, not all of them, but most of them.
That was like the main feature that I always thought was so cool.
And I got all of them, by the way, because I had Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. So I got all of them.
Wow, impressive.
And then even the ones you could only get if you had both.
Very impressive. There was a thing where you'd fly around on the map as like one of the Latioses or Latiases. It was so cool. Like, wow, 3DS is running this. And there were the Mirages, and you'd go there. There'd be like a Hoopa's portal. I liked how they like tied it in. It was like, wow, this Hoopa guy, he can trap all of the legendaries in his hoops. And so you find the hoops and the Mirages.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was cool.
And then the Primal evolutions, I thought those were awesome.
Oh, yeah,
too.
those are so cool. Primal Groudon is like the best Pokemon ever. I've played through...
He basically has like lava going over his skin. That's amazing.
When I played through it the first time, he just swept through the floor and like killed all of them.
Because doesn't he have the Earthquake, right? Or Fissure? One of those two moves is very overpowered.
Fissure, yeah, because it has like a 30% chance to hit, but it'll one-shot every time. I didn't have it, though.
Oh, so you beat it.
Yeah, legitimately.
The normie way.
Earthquake, Lava Plume, Solar Beam. Those were the moves I had on mine.
Incredible.
And Primal Kyogre was lame. It should have been Water Ice type, but it was just water. So, like, who cares?
Wait, is Groudon Fire Ground?
Well, no, the original Groudon is Ground, but the Primal version is Fire Ground. So they should have
given... That's terrible then. Then Kyogre has like a, quadruple effectiveness.
Well, I mean, Groudon does have Solar Beam, but also Groudon is just more useful if it's not a 1v1 between the two.
Yeah, it's not, but I mean, because they're both legendaries for the games, so if we're pitting them against each other, Groudon, Kyogre wins any day. Come on.
That's maybe why he should have been Water Ice, because then it would have been more fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else was in this one? You could use Pokemon Bank to transfer from X and Y to this one. Pokemon Bank was like the predecessor to Pokemon Home, which is what they're using now. I had Pokemon Bank for a very long time. It was pretty useful.
I did not. I remember you had to pay for it, and
Yeah.
I just convinced my parents to pay for it for like a little bit.
Mhm.
But they did have some cool stuff, like you could get Celebi,
Yeah.
and then the 3 Johto starters from there. So that was
Oh,
cool. I like the way that they did that.
So yeah, and you could transfer from Black and White to the new games also.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like
Yeah.
how far you could trade a Pokemon. Like I think you could trade it from Ruby.
Yeah.
You could trade a Pokemon from Ruby all the way to Sword.
Yeah.
That was like it's still pretty mind-blowing to me.
I believe there's like
If
a
you
special. There's like a special ribbon you get if you transfer Groudon from Ruby all the way up to Omega Ruby. You get a special
Whoa,
thing.
that's so cool.
Yeah. So what were you saying? I cut you off. Sorry.
I wasn't really saying it. If I was saying something, I forgot.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think I really.
It's really cool that you can do that, even though some of the ways of transferring are kind of dumb. Like going from Gen 4 to Gen 5, you need to play like a stupid mini game to transfer instead of just like it being a process, which is the worst thing ever.
Well, you have to play a mini game? I thought you just like put in, because you have a DS with the GBA slot and a DS slot, and you just put them both in.
Well, I don't know how you go from Gen 3 to 4, but 4 to 5, that's Diamond and Pearl to Black and White. You have to
Diamond and Pearl. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was thinking Gen 3 to 4 then.
Yeah, I don't know the Gen 3 to 4 process because I've never done it. But 4 to 5 is you select the Pokemon you want to transfer. I believe you can only transfer like 6 at a time. Then you play like a stupid little mini game. And then depending on how well you do, not all the Pokemon will transfer. It's like if you do it perfectly, all of them will transfer. And then if you mess up, only like a few of them will. Yeah.
It's so stupid.
I know.
It's just like, oh, you didn't do well in the game? Sorry. Not all your, here's an actual, like, real inconvenience. You're just trying to transfer your Pokemon so you can play this new game with all your old ones. Come on now. You thought you could win?
The mini game was like there was a set of bushes, and then the Pokemon would jump around between the bushes, and then you had to throw the Pokeball at the right time, and if you hit them, then that Pokemon would transfer. But if you couldn't get them,
terrible.
Then they wouldn't transfer.
Why are you punishing people for just trying to transfer their Pokemon?
I don't know. It was horrible. It's just the worst. The Gen 3 to 4 process, I'm going to search that up right now. Might be stupider, it might be better.
I'm pretty sure it has something to do with like putting in the GBA and the DS card.
Definitely. That's probably how it works. Yeah, it's just options. Like you put them both into the DS, and then you just use options to transfer them. So it's the Gen 4 to 5 system is the worst of the entire franchise in terms of transferring. Although, I mean, technically, you could argue that the newer one is worse because it's like you need to pay real life money to transfer. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. Up for interpretation. Yeah.
Is that all we've got to say for that one?
I think so, and we'll probably talk about it more when we get to another game. But
that's just how these things go.
Yeah.
We spent like 10 minutes on that one. Wow.
It's just such a good game.
Yeah. Warning, we might want to start like breezing through these two because I personally don't care for these next.
Yeah, I don't like these ones either. Sun and Moon, this one is not very good. So Gen 7, this is released in 2016, which is the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. We're now in the 25th. So yeah, it was cool leading up to the hype because it was like, oh my gosh, it's Pokemon 20, and the graphics look really nice. They still do for the 3DS. Overall, the game not very good. I don't like it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty boring. It was in the Alola region.
Yeah.
It got rid of the Mega Evolutions that were so amazing.
Yep.
and it introduced the terrible Z moves that we discussed earlier.
Yes.
And then instead of mythical Pokemon, we got Ultra Beasts, which I still don't understand because I didn't play the game that much.
I like Ultra Beasts. I think they're cool. They're basically, it's like Pokemon from other dimensions.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I remember your rival in the game has like type Null, and that's a Pokemon.
That was Gladion that had it. He was like a secondary rival. Your main rival was
That was
Howl.
so weird. I was like, why does the Pokemon have, like a colon in its name?
Well, they say it was like genetically designed to fight the Ultra Beast.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to the story.
I never died. I don't know how I know this stuff.
Like when I played it, my dad thought it was like a programming error because I think computers do that, like in a program where it'll return null if there's like an error. That's something that.
Yeah. It was intentional, probably.
Yeah. It's like, wow, these Game Freak guys, they really don't know how to make a game.
I mean, they don't, but not
very. They don't. They don't, but not in the way that it means.
Yeah, I like the new Pokemon in this one, actually. The lowland forms and just the new ones themselves. I think the starters are great. Yeah, I like, the trial
system, I think the tropical aesthetic really helped it.
Yeah. The trial system is not very good. I prefer gyms.
Much about it. Yeah.
I think the trials were lame. And also this one was way too easy. I believe this was the first game where your rival picked the starter that was weak to yours, which is a trend that's just continued into the modern day. I hate that.
Yeah, even when I was a kid, I was like, wow, this game is so patronizing. Back in my day, the rival, they picked the one that, you would be weak to.
Yeah. Or there would be two rivals and one of them would pick the stronger one and the other would pick the weaker.
Oh yeah, I'm going to talk about X and Y again. There were like 3 or 4 rivals.
Yeah.
There was like the fat one, and then the photographer one, and then the other 2.
Yeah.
And that's 4 rivals.
I mean, Black and White had like 3 rivals, so.
In Black and White, I remember the rival White 2. The rival's name is Hugh. Yeah. And I had no idea that Hugh was a name, so I thought it was a typo. I thought they meant to type Hug, so I was like, you know what, Game Freak, I'll fix this for you, and I named him Hug.
I don't remember what I named him. Probably something stupid. Cause like
I felt so smart. I was like, I outsmarted the $1 billion company. They put a typo in the, high budget game, even though it's not high budget.
White 2 is my first Pokemon game, so I don't think I really knew how it worked. So I'm actually wondering. I want to go back and check what I named him.
Probably something stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know, like Aidan 2 or something.
Yeah, probably. I think I named myself in all caps in that game because I didn't know you could do the lowercase letters.
Wow.
Yeah. Genius.
So, and then the legendaries in this one were Solgaleo and Lunala.
I don't like either of them. I had Pokemon Moon. Which one did you have?
I also had Moon. Yeah. I always thought Solgaleo looked cool. It was a lion. But Moon, like Lunala, I don't care.
I prefer Lunala over Solgaleo. But I don't like either of them, really.
Yeah. Neither of them is at all too great.
I don't really like any of the 2 legendaries across all the regions when I think about it. Except I like Groudon and Kyogre, but the rest I don't really like that much. Even Black and White, I like Reshiram, but Zekrom I don't really like.
What? No, Zekrom is amazing.
Zekrom is...
Black and White had some on-point legendaries.
Yeah, that's true. But like the main 2, I don't like Zekrom.
Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem, those 3, wow. And then you combine them.
Yes.
Like when I was younger, I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. It was cool.
Yeah, it wasn't just cool. It is cool.
Yeah, still cool. Great design, great everything. Is that all?
Continuing that? Yeah.
Ultra Sun and Ultra
Sun.
I went back to this one this week as well. because I had an older playthrough, my first playthrough that I had finished. Because it was so similar to Sun and Moon, I was like, I just played this game a year ago. Why would I want to play it again? But I finished it this week. Um, it was alright, I guess. It's better than Sun and Moon, definitely. If you haven't played Sun or Moon, definitely, like if you haven't played the originals or Ultra, definitely go with Ultra. It's the better game. But if you have played Sun and Moon, it's not really worth it because they're pretty similar. It's just like they added some stuff. Although I don't think you're going to want to play either because the 3DS is dead now. And
Very unfortunately.
yeah. So this released in 2017, a year after Sun and Moon. So small story changes. It expanded upon the Ultra Beast stuff. It had like alternate dimensions, which were cool. It added this other team. I don't remember what they were called, but they were from a world where like Pokemon stole their light. So that was kind of cool. It was so a thing about the first Sun and Moon. It was very hand-holdy, not pretty linear, not very open. And this one, by having more story, it was just even more linear, which is just horrible. Because it was like every 10 seconds you were getting stopped because they added a new team and they needed to balance everything. The conclusion is different though. In the original Sun and Moon, Lily goes off to Kanto. In this one, she becomes like a Pokemon trainer, which I think is better. And in the original, the champion is the professor. In this one, it's the rival. And they had a post game in this one, Team Rainbow Rocket, which is like so the leaders from previous games came back, and they were from alternate dimensions where their plans had succeeded, which is kind of cool. But they didn't really interact with each other because they were separate in their own rooms. But it was cool to see them again. And yeah, that's all I have to say about this game. Not very good, but better than Sun and Moon.
I have absolutely nothing to say about this game.
Do you even own this one? Did you play it?
I think I have Ultra Moon, but
That's the same one I have.
yeah, I don't think I played this one for like 2 hours. I barely played this one. I think Cardicade played a lot more, or my brother.
Yeah. It was alright. It's it was the last one on the 3DS. So
The way that you're talking about, like, you get stopped like every 10 seconds. Come on.
Yeah.
I've played Pokemon Sword. I know what true pain feels like. Okay, in that game. Like,
No, that one is actually more open than this one.
no, I hate it. Like, so much about it. This is a discussion for another day. But like,
Yeah.
every single time they're like, okay, I'll see you there, and then you move, like 10 feet off to another screen, and then they're like, are you following me? Come on, it's right up ahead. And then when you get to the place that's like one screen away, they're like, okay, come on in, this is the place. And you go into the place, and then they're like, oh, this is the place. They tell you what the place is, and then something else happens. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what the game
a
is.
specific example from the beginning. But yeah, this one is even worse than that.
How can something be worse than this? How can
The game is better than Sword and Shield, but it's like the linearity is worse.
All right. The next one. Have you played this one?
New Super Mario Bros. 2. Fun fact: this was actually the first game I got with my 3DS. So
Wow.
yeah, very strong attachment to this one. I do like the New Super Mario Bros. Games. I know a lot of people think they're like boring and aren't very creative.
Well, they are. They're
are.
generic, but they're still a lot of fun.
I think the platforming is really good. That's just why I like them.
I went back this summer and I played the original Super Mario Brothers games, like 1, 2, 3, and then World, and then Lost Levels as well.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like a heretic, but like, come on, all the new Super Mario Brothers games are better.
Whoa, that I don't know about that.
Aside from like Super Mario Brothers 3 and then World.
Yeah.
Like, Super Mario Bros, Lost Levels, and Super Mario Bros. 2. Those three are just way worse than any new Super Mario Bros. Game.
I agree with that actually, because 3 in World are better. I thought you were saying new Super Mario Bros. Games are better than 3 in World, which is
World is definitely up there. 3,
I really like 3.
I like it as well, but I still don't know why everybody, flocks to it, being like, "Wow, this is an amazing game." I don't know.
I
I always thought it was just fine. Super Mario World, though, have you played it?
Yes, but I haven't beat it.
Oh, dude, Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario World, it has the one part where you're in the Forest of Illusion.
Yeah.
And I got stuck there, and I ended up having to look it up. It's like,
That's exactly where I got stuck.
Yeah, I don't want to solve a puzzle.
Yeah.
In a Mario game.
Yeah, I just want to go through the next level and jump and run. No puzzles in new Super Mario Bros. Games, though. So, definitely.
Thank God.
Yeah. I have played all the new Super Mario Bros. Games. I haven't beat all of them, but
I've beaten every single one.
I haven't beat Wii, but I've beaten DS2 and U, and Luigi U. So yeah. I like.
So this one, it featured coins as a mechanic. So
that was the whole thing.
That was basically it. They were just riding on coins being the thing to differentiate it. Which, to be fair, I mean, it does separate it a bit from the others. Like, Wii and U, they're just sort of pretty generic. Yeah. But at least here, everything is yellow and golden.
Yeah. It's something.
And I brought back the raccoon leaf.
Yes.
That was fun.
3.
I liked it. Yeah.
So this one had 9 worlds, which is 85 levels. So yeah.
That's a lot of levels, and it's pretty good,
Yeah.
It's a good game. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
I went back and played it. It still holds up, It's still a good, fun game. I don't know why, but it was hard.
What?
I don't want to admit it, but I don't know. I know in my memory it's so easy.
I think.
Yeah, it was so easy. When I played it, I had no issue, beating it. But now I'm going back and playing it, I'm like, was it always this difficult? Why do I keep falling? Maybe it's because I keep going through the levels and I try to just go through them really fast without ever stopping. But I feel like that's something I should be able to do. But
I went through them fast and I had no problem. I think you're just bad at new Super Mario Bros. Games.
Yeah, well, I beat Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I'm not completely incompetent.
I've also beaten.
So it's so weird. Why is this difficult? It's not supposed to be difficult.
I did not find it difficult. I think that's just you.
I think this game had multiplayer as well. I played that a bit.
I think so. I never played it.
Yeah, I probably only played it once.
Yeah.
I played the Mario Kart multiplayer a lot more.
I don't think I played any games multiplayer on the 3DS, besides the Pokemon when I battled with my friends.
3DS multiplayer was such a big part of the experience in my memory.
Not for me.
When I hear you and you're like, oh yeah, I never really played multiplayer. I'm like, how is that even possible? It's such a big part of it.
What can I say? I don't know. I don't think I knew multiplayer was in a lot of games because I didn't really care.
Okay.
It's pretty casual at the time, so I was like, okay, I'll just play this game. What's the multiplayer option? Who cares? I don't know.
This next one, you wrote this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm hoping that you played this one.
I have not. I don't know why I wrote it.
So why did we write it down? We have nothing to say.
Super Mario Maker 3DS released in 2016, so that's 1 year after the Wii U original. Players could play and make courses. They could not upload their own courses, which kind of makes sense because it was the 3DS, very limiting. Nothing to say about this one. Just move on.
Yeah, just move on to another game. I have nothing else to say about Metroid Samus Returns.
Metroid Samus Returns. I actually have played this one, which is why I wrote it down. So it released in 2017, so when the Switch was already out. It was a remake of Metroid 2 from the Game Boy. It had 40 bosses, but a lot of them were repeats. So it's It's not like a Hollow Knight situation where there are a bunch of bosses and they're all different. I don't like Metroid games. This is the only one I've played, so I guess I can't really speak about that. But it was, I don't know. I just got lost like in the first level, and I was like, yeah, this game sucks.
Also, you gave the Hollow Knight example of bosses. Come on, Aiden.
What?
I know for a fact you haven't played Hollow Knight.
I haven't, but I know it has a lot of bosses.
Yeah,
and
it does have a lot of bosses.
So
you have it on PS Plus, right?
Yeah, from
But just
November.
play it. I played a bit on PC.
Yeah.
With a controller.
Yeah, of course.
Because PC platformer controls are terrible.
Ooh, controversial opinion.
I don't know if it's a controversial opinion. I don't talk to many people who play on PC, but like PC platformer controls are terrible. Just play with the controller.
Hollow Knight was just the first game I could think of that had a lot of bosses and was also a Metroidvania.
Yeah. Pretty sensible to compare it to that. Yeah. There were a lot of 3DS remakes.
Yeah, they did do a lot of them.
Yeah. Like they had Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and then Star Fox 64 3D, which is weird because it has two platform suffixes. First you have Star Fox 64 for N64, and then 3D for 3DS.
Yeah, very strange. I don't know why they called it that. I guess what would you call it? Because Mario 64
they could just call it Star
DS.
Fox 3D because they've remade Star Fox 64 so many times. It's lost all meaning at this point. Okay.
But like Mario 64 DS was the Mario 64 remake, so I think they were just following that pattern here.
Yeah, but they could have just treated this as another remake of Star Fox 64 because they keep doing it.
When have they done them before? What were the ones before this?
I'm pretty sure Star Fox Zero was also a remake of it. And then I think Star Fox on the GameCube. I'm not a Star Fox person, but
I haven't played any Star Fox games.
I played it a bit on SNES online.
Yeah, haven't done that. No interest. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. I don't like Zelda games, but you own these ones, right?
I own Ocarina of Time. I did not get Majora's Mask though.
And you never played it? Is that?
I played Ocarina of Time for a bit, and then I got stuck in the first real dungeon, not like the Deku Tree, in the Goron one. So I got stuck in there. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do.
Was it good? Was it like a good port / remake of the original?
Yeah, I mean, the graphics, it looks pretty good for a 3DS game. It's a pretty big upgrade over the N64 version. And the motion controls, oh my god, like these are some of the best motion controls I've seen. Okay, like it just works so well.
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate for motion controls.
I don't really like motion controls, but I think they should be in games for people that do like them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See, people accept us.
Yeah.
We're human too.
Yeah, people that like motion controls as well. They're not aliens.
We're reaching sort of the end of the list now. We've got like just a few more stuff.
Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is the last one on the list that you wrote.
Actually, I've got some more in my head.
Ooh.
Because some honorable mentions that were not important enough to make it onto the list. But
is it more Pokemon?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I could say something about Pokemon Rumble Blast, but like,
no thanks.
I could basically just say it's a fine game, and that's it. That's basically all I can say about Rumble Blast. But in terms of Luigi's Mansion, though,
yep,
I liked this game a lot.
I never played it.
I liked it a lot. Like, I thought it was fun. It got rid of the one mansion setup from the original, and it introduced like multiple mansions with a more mission-based structure. It was more suitable for handheld play. It had really fluid animations and like impressive lighting for the 3DS. Like, it still looks pretty nice. You know, if you hold it far away and like squint a little, it looks good. It looks good. You know.
I I'm not really interested by Luigi's Mansion. So yeah, got nothing to say about this one.
It had a local multiplayer mode called Scarescraper.
Ooh.
I played this quite a bit with my friends, but I still had no idea how it actually worked. So I just sort of attempt to figure out how it worked and just play.
They brought that over into Luigi's Mansion 3, right? The multiplayer.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That's pretty
So,
cool.
you know, it lives on.
Yeah.
And then a 3DS port of the original GameCube game was also released after.
Should have put that one on Switch. I remember thinking that at the time. Everyone thought that at the time.
But now we have Luigi's Mansion 3, which, you know, everybody says it's great.
Yeah.
I've owned it for like 2 years at this point.
Yeah.
I haven't played it.
Yeah, I've also owned it for 1 year, I think it's been.
It's not 2 years. It's like 1 year. Never mind. Yeah.
I played it for like half an hour, and I was like, okay, well, not gonna play this again.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is such a great game, and then I went back to playing Mario Maker.
Yeah, I like that you can move while you're spinning. So what I like to do is I would hold forward and then rotate Luigi so he'd be walking forward and spinning all around.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was the most fun I had with the Luigi's Mansion franchise.
Okay. I like that that's the most... Wow, he's spinning around while he's walking. That's incredible.
Yeah. I thought it was cool. Because you can't do that in a lot of games. You know,
yeah. Some other like honorable mentions. Tomodachi Life.
Yes, you like this one.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah.
It's just such, you know, such a weird, fun game. Like, you know, you'd make your friends as Miis and then you just watch them, interact with them. Like, it's, you know, the biggest problem was content, right? Yeah. It felt like there wasn't much to do after a week. The Miis will keep doing weird stuff and, you know, interesting stuff. But for you yourself to do, like, there's not much.
You put me in this game, right? Last week.
I put you in the game a week or two ago. And, yeah.
And you got me a personality.
I haven't checked in on you.
And I was like, that personality is not accurate at all. But then,
I don't know. I gave you a personality, you know, based on what I thought your personality was like, and it wasn't what you're actually like.
So is the food the Miis like based on the personality they have? Or is it
it's
random?
Either that or it's completely random. I'm honestly not sure.
I remember being like, oh, this personality isn't accurate at all. And then we were talking about foods I like. And then when you gave those foods to the me.
Yeah, I think I gave you like a cinnamon roll or something.
I don't like cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, and he didn't like it. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
The game. Wow, is this game incredibly accurate or is it just sheer luck?
And then you gave me food that I actually liked in real life, and then the me liked it. So,
I was like, wow, this me is actually me.
Yeah. So either the personality tests are just insanely accurate, or we just got really good luck with the random generator of foods.
I'm having a real crisis over here, realizing I'm impressed with the 3DS. Like with the technology of a 3DS me game.
Yeah.
But this game should, like, it deserves a sequel or like a remake in the style of Miitopia on Switch.
Oh, I forgot about that game.
I just had to remind you of it. I want it to get a remake. At least a remake, but I want a sequel with more content.
Tomodachi Life 2.
Yeah. Then an honorable mention, the Mii Plaza games.
Oh.
Like, we went this whole time without talking about Mii Plaza.
Yeah. So this is kind of more in a general category of games that came with the 3DS.
Yeah.
Like I played Mii Plaza like a bit, not really. But Face Raiders was my thing. I played it for a few hours.
Oh my god, I was obsessed with Mii Plaza, and then I barely played Face Raiders.
Face Raiders was awesome.
I like took a picture of my dad and played Face Raiders with it. And that was like the peak of comedy at the time.
Yeah. I took pictures of my friends, and then I'd be like, hey, they're in the game.
Wow, I'm shooting them, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Mii Plaza, that was incredible. Like, here's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you make a Mii, right? And the Mii is on your 3DS. And when you walk past other people who also have a 3DS, their Mii, like your 3DS's Connect, and their Mii would visit your game, your Mii Plaza game, and they join your Mii Plaza, which is just like purgatory, you know. No, but it's like just a row of Miis, and
creepy.
you could play mini games with them, and it was amazing. Like it was such a Nintendo way to connect with other 3DS owners.
I did not use Street Pass. I was
My
like,
God, I use Street Pass so much.
I had a friend that used Street Pass, but they tried to get me into it. I didn't care at all.
Like, you know, I use Street Pass so much with my friends. Like, we'd all just get together and we'd be like, okay, we're all going to Street Pass each other, so we have a lot of Miis. Because the more Miis you have for most games, the better you'll do. Like, some games they require, you know, if you have like 4 Miis, there was one with like a space shooty game. It was like a bullet hell game. And the more Miis you had, the stronger you would be, the more bullets you would throw. Right? So that was like, oh, wow, you know, we all got to get together and strategize, sort of, but it was a lot of fun. Whenever they sent out special Miis, that was like an event, you know. Like, I'm still proud. I have Reggie on my 3DS.
I do not have Reggie on my 3DS, unfortunately.
You'll be thinking about that on your deathbed. It's like, man,
well,
I died without Reggie on my 3DS.
Yeah.
It's like, what is your biggest regret?
Yeah.
Man, I didn't get Reggie.
Yeah. I wish I'd gone Reggie. I actually don't care, but I feel like in the future I will care.
One of those things where it's like, yeah, you know, it's not that important.
Yeah.
But then you're like, you know what? It was actually really important. I want it.
I can always make a Reggie Mii.
Yeah, but it won't be the same because the Reggie, like the actual Reggie Miis, like the Nintendo Miis that they sent out, they had like Miyamoto ones and Aonuma ones. They had like shiny pants. Yeah, they had shiny pants.
Okay, well, I guess I can't do it then if they had shiny pants. Basically impossible.
Sad.
Yeah, very sad.
But yeah, I have like 100 Miis or something. I was looking through it, and there was a Mii that was like Obama 2012 or Vote Obama. I was like, wow, you know, politics, it's really thriving.
Yeah.
That was so weird. Some person named themselves Vote Obama on their 3DS just to get the word out. They're like, yeah, you got to vote Obama.
I think you actually just street passed the real Obama.
Oh my God, Obama street passed me. Wow.
Yeah.
No, it was a white guy, so I don't think it was the real Obama. Unless the real Obama was like me and had a white Mii, even though they're not white in real life. I had a white Mii. I'm not white. I don't know why my Mii was white.
I had a white Mii, but I am white in real life, so it made sense. Actually, wait a minute. I think I did make my Mii's skin pretty dark.
What? What?
But it was like not like super dark, but like darker than mine was at the time.
Wow.
But,
that's so weird.
My brother, on the other hand, he went like the maximum darkness you could get on the skin. I don't know why.
Did he think it was funny? Is that racism?
I don't know. Well, it wasn't racism. I'll tell you that for sure. I don't know why he did that.
Why is he making? He thought it was funny to be dark-skinned.
I don't know. Why do people make their Mii's different colors than they actually are?
To fulfill their greatest fantasies. You know, I've always dreamed of being white.
Does every race just dream of being each other? The grass is always greener on the other side, is the phrase.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that's basically the end, just to sort of cap it off. It's like, we could talk about hardware, I guess. You know, they made a lot of different Switches.
Oh, yeah.
3DSs.
I actually did get a second 3DS, the new XL, like in 2017, 2018, I think.
Yeah, same. I was super dumb, and because I think it was like January of 2017 or something, and Switch was going to come out in a few months, and my 3DS charger, it has some problems, like my original 3DS, so I have to like wrap the cord around it, around the 3DS, and like pull the charger a certain direction so that it charges. It's an issue, but I can work around it, right? But my dad was like, okay, you know, we can get, you know, and I was like, oh man, you know, I'm still playing 3DS. Can we buy another one? Like, you And my dad was like, okay, fine, we could do that. Or, when the Switch comes out in 3 months, we could get that instead. And then I didn't choose the Switch. I was like, nope, I gotta get this 3DS repaired ASAP.
That's just
Or I gotta
sad.
get a new 3DS ASAP. So I got a Galaxy 3DS XL, new
That's the
3DS
same one I
XL.
have. I'm holding it right now. The Galaxy new 3DS
Incredible.
XL.
It's the purple one, right?
Yeah, purple, and it's
Yeah,
like Galaxy on the
awesome.
front.
See that?
And
Wow, we're
yeah,
besties.
yeah, same
We're
3DS.
3DS buddies.
Yeah, and I had the original black model. Which one did you have?
I had the blue model.
Ah, so I got
We're so
mine
close.
not because of like a charging issue, but because I got Sun and Moon, and during the double battles in Sun and Moon, the frame rate just got like horrible on the original 3DS. So I was like,
Wow.
upgrade, and then the frame rate, it's still not very good on the new one, but it's better.
Okay.
So,
It's like, and I gotta upgrade for these double battles in particular. Like,
yeah, it made
no
sense
other
at the
reason.
time. At the time, it made sense to me. I'm like, okay, this makes sense.
So yeah, that's how I ended up getting the Switch. Not in 2017, but summer 2018.
I got mine holiday 2017. So
Good job.
yeah.
Yeah. Are you satisfied with your purchase?
No, I don't like the
No.
Switch.
No. I mean, yeah. I've already gone through a set of Joy-Con. Like when I took it back to Best Buy, the Best Buy people were so terrible. They were like, oh man, your Joy-Cons are drifting. And I was like, yeah, can you guys just, because I had it under warranty. So I was like, can you guys just give me a new set of Joy-Cons? I can give you guys these. You can send them to Nintendo. They're like, no, we're going to take the whole Switch back. So they just took the entire Switch back and gave, us a new Switch. And, I didn't take like all the Switch packaging and all that stuff. I just took the Switch with me there just to have it because I didn't think I need more. So I have 2 Switch boxes now.
Well, that's just great. You could probably throw out both of them since they're boxes and they don't matter.
What did you say? Throw out the boxes? No.
Yep. I know you have a
thing
shelf
for
of
boxes. You know this.
I remember when you got a PS5 and you were like, oh, I need to make room for all my PS5 games, and I was like, send me a picture of your shelf, and half of it was like boxes of games that you could just throw away, like boxes of consoles and
boxes of consoles. Yeah, because I love the console packaging. It's so cool.
Like
and also,
a fourth of
what if I have
games.
what if I have to transport the consoles? What if I have to move them in case I move?
Get a cardboard box then.
No, I'm not putting the PS5 in a cardboard box. First of all, the little wing tips at the top, they could just snap off. Maybe.
Well, just take them off then. Beforehand.
No. Not happening. Never.
Fair enough.
Plus, I just really like the way it looks. No? I'm looking at it now.
I don't like the way the PS5 looks.
I like the way it looks. It is such a beautiful console.
I am 100% a horizontal console person, so I don't like that the only way to make it look nice is to be vertical.
Yeah, I agree with that. But you know what? When it is vertical, wow, that is a fine piece of modern art. Right? Like I say, I describe it as like you'd see it at the entrance to a rich guy's house.
Or
it's like one of those useless things that they have on the table.
Well, that is an interesting description of a video game console.
Yeah. But the PS5 is not useless.
Well, when was the last time you used your 3DS before we did preparing for this episode?
It's probably been a few years, yeah.
For me, I think it was last year's summer because I did a playthrough of Black and White. Another one.
Oh, yeah.
I play through that game like once a year. So that's all.
Just the yearly Black and White replay.
Yep. It's great.
It's tradition.
Yeah. Such a great game. And you haven't played it yet, Black and White, the original.
Yeah, I haven't. I got stuck in the cave in White too.
Ah. That's just embarrassing.
Yeah, it is. No, I was young. Okay, I was young and I was stupid. Right now I'm smarter. I'm a better man.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's basically all I have to say, you know.
Yeah. How long have we been recording now? Has it been like an hour and a half?
I honestly have no idea. It's been a while, certainly.
Because we still have the Switch anniversary to talk about, but we might not do that.
We could just breeze through this. We don't really have to go through every single game. You know? Just some of the major ones now.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Who cares? Skip. Animal Crossing New Horizons. We already talked about it. Skip. The Blade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Do you care about this one?
No.
Skip. Pokemon Isle of Armor. Haven't played it, but it's cool that the whole thing is a wild area. Although it's
that's
not cool,
fine.
because it's probably developed alongside the main game, but they made
I
a
don't
DLC
like that.
instead of including it. So bad. Origami King. People don't like this one, or they do like it. I don't know. Don't care about Paper Mario. 3D All Stars. Oh, we can talk about this one for a bit.
Yeah. Fun fact, I pre-ordered this, not because I wanted it, but because I wanted the pins.
Yeah.
I saw the pins and I was like, wow, those are really nice pins. And then I couldn't even get them. Like, Nintendo, come on, you made such limited stock.
Yeah.
And they went up 20 minutes early.
I was like, don't do it, because it's a limited thing. You're not going to get them. Don't pre-order it.
I was like,
and
no,
you did anyway.
There's a chance. And I did, and I didn't get them. Yeah. And now, with the Wave 2 pins, right, they're still available. Like, you can still get them. So the time when I decided, you know what, I'm not getting 3D World, then they're like, oh yeah, you know, the pins are still there. So now I'm looking at 3D World like,
don't get it.
Man, I really want the pins. No, but the pins are so nice.
Don't give Nintendo money. Don't do it.
No, but they deserve it for making such nice pins.
No, they don't.
No.
Not for making a port $60.
Yeah. But I mean, apparently the Bowser's Fury is really good.
Yeah, well,
but it's like 3 hours.
I don't think that makes the whole thing worth $60.
Inherently, like as a game, it's worth $60. But as, you know, a Wii U port from a few years ago with just 3 hours of extra content, no, it's not worth $60.
Yeah, I agree.
But if it was a brand new game, right, for the amount of enjoyment that it can give you, because I played, you know, probably like half of it at least, through totally legal means. Yeah, through completely legal means.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, you know? And I guarantee, like, it would have been 10 times more fun in multiplayer as well.
Oh, yeah, it probably would have been.
You're supposed to be talking about 3D All-Stars, but yeah,
who cares?
It's an okay collection. Don't
bunch of old games for $60. I don't care. I got it.
Mario Galaxy is one of those games, though.
I got it for Christmas.
Mario Galaxy
I don't
2
like any
isn't.
of them. Don't like Galaxy. Don't like Sunshine. Don't like 64. So.
I don't know how you don't like Galaxy. I've been trying to get you to like Galaxy for so long now.
I don't like it.
It's just a lost cause.
Yeah. So.
It can't be converted.
I cannot.
Truly sad.
Yeah.
And then let's just move on.
Pikmin 3 Deluxe. We both didn't play it. Skip. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. This is the one where they marketed it like it was going to be a prequel, but then it was like an alternate timeline of the past.
That was so terrible.
Yeah.
I was hoping, like, wow, you know, this is actually going to flesh out the characters. It's going to flesh out the champions, the pre-Calamity world. It's going to be sad, you know, it's going to be triumphant and stuff, right? Yeah. But it's also going to end very solemnly with the champions dying, right?
Yeah.
Because it's an inevitable future. Mm-hmm. But then, nope, time travel, egg, guardian, robot.
Yeah. I remember...
And he saves the day.
I heard about it like a few days after it launched. And then a couple weeks later, I was like, hey, did you play this game? And you were like, no, but I'm interested because I want to see how the champions die. And I'm like, oh no, he doesn't know. So I had to like tell you what happened, and it was so sad. So
you probably should have said spoiler warning. If you're still here, spoiler warning.
Yeah, whoops. Sorry.
If you haven't played Age of Calamity yet,
don't play.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad.
We saved you. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna. I'm not sure if I'm gonna edit in spoiler warning. If I'm gonna remember to do that.
Don't do it.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Whatever. Then Pokemon again.
Tundra. This is like the second part of Isle of Armor. Both didn't play it. Same thoughts about the first half. And then January this year we got 3D World, which we talked about when we should have been talking about 3D All-Stars. So
That's great.
that's it. What have you been
Clubhouse
playing?
Games is not on here.
Yeah.
This
What
is a
if
very,
Clubhouse
very
Games?
blatant omission. This is
Oh, how did I forget? I didn't play it, but imagine.
yeah. I didn't play it either, but it's
Yeah.
like it's a thing, you know. It's a thing.
Yeah. I wish I
Whatever.
had.
Anyway, yeah. Back to what we've been playing.
What have we been playing? This is the last segment. We're done.
We're finally almost done.
Yeah.
I have been playing through some more Hitman and some
Which
more
map
Overwatch.
are you on at this point? In Hitman.
I am the one after Sapienza.
Marrakesh. I don't like that
Yeah.
one. Do you like it so far?
I don't really have an opinion either way right now. I'm like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Then one more thing I've been playing. Last week we covered this in the PS Plus thing
Yes.
for March. Maquette. I remember being confused about how you say its name and also not caring too much about it. I'm stupid. This game is so cool. Like the premise, it's amazing. Like it's a recursive thing where you have like a little dollhouse version of the game map and you can drop things into it.
This is the one that was PS5 only on PS Plus, right?
Yeah.
So I couldn't get it.
Very sad, but it's you know, from what I've played, it's a cool game. But I haven't quite finished it yet, so I still have a while before I can give a full review. But like it feels like simultaneously, it feels like it's both just barely scratching the surface of what the premise could be, and at the same time, it's like, well, the premise, it seems deep in concept, but in reality, there's only a few things we can really do with it. So I'm like, has it actually just barely scratched the surface, or is this basically all you can do with the mechanic? But it's a good game. Whatever.
So
what have you been playing?
Before that, you've also been playing some Overwatch, right? You played yesterday.
Yeah, I have played a ton more Overwatch. We played yesterday.
Yeah, so your main is Hanzo, right?
I main Hanzo if I actually want to like play normally.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I just want to win at any cost. I just want, positive stimuli, so I play Bastion.
Oh, of course.
Just to win, Not the worst. He's the best character, but he's also the worst character.
Remember when we did the 1v1 and then I won 4 times in a row as Roadhog?
No, that didn't happen.
Yes, it did.
No.
You suck.
No.
The Roadhog fight was so long. We even got to the
It was incredible. We were just going around the thing.
Our ultimates were charged, both of us.
And we're just like, come on, go.
Fights with Roadhogs are the worst because you shoot them and then they just heal and then...
Yeah, they just go behind a wall and heal.
Yeah.
But when you have 2 Roadhogs like orbiting around a wall...
Yeah.
Wow.
That fight was so long.
But it was amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, what have you been playing?
Oh, so I've been playing, well, I mentioned this earlier. So I went back and I played Ultra Moon and Alpha Sapphire for this episode. So those were fine. And then I also started playing Star Wars Squadrons. I didn't finish Control, by the way. I'll probably go back to it eventually. So Star Wars Squadrons, it's like a... What were you saying?
How was Control?
Oh, I don't know. Same thoughts as 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Gameplay was fun. Story, kind of, I don't know. It was one of those games where to get the full experience, you need to do a lot of like looking for notes and like looking around.
Yeah, it's a lot more. Like...
I'm not into that. Just tell me the story.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to.
So Star Wars Squadrons. This is like a flight game. I haven't played very much because I had to go play the Pokemons, but it's pretty good. I do like it. The only thing I don't like is it makes you play in first person, but third person is much better in Battlefront 2 and the first Battlefront. But it's a lot of fun because they have this rock, paper, scissors mechanic where you're balancing power between your shields and your firepower and like agility. So like you'd be using shields and someone's behind you and you use agility to get behind them. And then you use like you power up your lasers to shoot them down. So it's pretty cool. And they also have this like dual protagonist thing where you play as a resistance or rebel fighter, and then you also play as like an empire fighter, and you swap between them. So,
Have you read the book Armada by Ernest Cline? He's the guy that did Ready Player One.
no.
No, it's giving me a lot of those vibes because in Armada there's like a VR game where you control a spaceship and it has a similar thing where you're like managing energy between shields, firepower, and movement.
Oh, I think we talked about this when Squadrons came out. You mentioned that it was just Armada, and I was like,
I might
okay.
have, yeah. Yeah,
We definitely did.
yeah. It sounds like a lot of fun. I know that you might not like the first person, but I think like first person would be so awesome because it gives you those like, sort of dizzying movement,
I forgot to mention.
In third person, it's a lot more gameplay friendly,
It
right?
also has a VR mode, which I haven't tried yet, but I'm
A
sure
VR
it's very
mode,
cool.
that sounds like it'd be great.
Yeah, I'm sure it's awesome. I haven't played it yet. Maybe next week I will have played it by then, and we can talk about it.
I look forward to that very much.
Yeah.
So what do you think? That is
That's a wrap.
all? Yeah, that's a wrap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.